This is Joseph Anderson, CEO and founder of Connex ECommerce, and today I'll be demonstrating the settings page of Connex for QuickBooks. In today's demonstration, I'll show the sync orders to and from QuickBooks settings, customer matching, sales tax, product matching, inventory sync, chart of accounts, and refunds. You can access these settings by logging into Connex and next to your selling channel clicking the settings button on the selling channels grid. And when you click settings, you will see some navigation on the left, and here's a list of the available settings. Under orders to QuickBooks, you can see some dates to sync, order statuses and selling channels. The from, to, and comma separated list, I recommend clicking manual sync on our dashboard to run a manual sync, but you could click the settings and save them. It's the same fields. Under order statuses, these are great for ShipStation if you want to just pull in a list of ship sales. Selling channels is also great for ShipStation if you had 5 stores, you only want to sync 2, you can just choose them here. In this section, you choose how your orders map. You can choose sales orders or invoices or sales receipts, and if you click the drop down, you'll see a list of modes and get more details. If you sell in multiple currencies, you can enable that, and if you want to use the next number in QuickBooks as your order number, you can check that box. If you're using our Amazon settlement report or syncing a summary transaction, you can group the sales. For example, for Amazon, if you had a payout in the last week of November and the first week of December, you can get 2 receipts, one for November and one for December. You could group them by the selling channel name, so you could have one summary for FBA and one for MFN using these settings. Under the merge refunds with summary order, I recommend leaving that unchecked. For Amazon especially, to make sure that the sales syncs. Sometimes the refunds exceed the sales and you could get a negative sales receipt which won't sync. However, for some users you can check that and that will actually put the refunds onto the summary sale as a negative number, and that way you'll just have one transaction that matches the payout and deposit in QuickBooks. Under orders from QuickBooks, the first box on top enables the sync. The from and to are the sync dates that you use. So if you want all sales from Monday to Wednesday, you'd put them in there. You can update the transaction with the shipping costs and tracking info, or just the tracking info. That includes a ship date, ship method, tracking number. Sync transactions by date created. If you want to pull the sales by the date in QuickBooks instead of the date that it was modified, that's the field you would use. It's only checked once, so if you check it, run the sync, it will uncheck itself. We recommend pulling sales by the date they're modified in QuickBooks. Sync grouped items. If you have grouped items in QuickBooks, this will just sync the sub items over instead of the parent, so your user can see what's inside of the group. Only sync orders with class will sync sales with a certain class. So if you say sync orders with ShipStation and the class has Shopify, it won't sync the sales, so it's a filter. Types of orders is like invoices, sales receipts, sales orders is what kind of transactions you want to sync. Comma separated list of numbers is a list of orders from QuickBooks. And the send orders to is the selling channel in ShipStation where the orders go. Usually it's manual orders, but it could be QuickBooks orders, whatever you want it to be. Under customer matching settings, you choose how your customers match. You could do company name, first name, last name. If you click the drop down, it'll give you various examples on how they'll appear in QuickBooks. You can say if the customer is missing from QuickBooks not to make the order a customer at all, and that will appear in your log. If you want to put all your orders under a single customer, you can enable them here. Under product matching, you can choose whether to create new products or log an error. By default, Connex will make no new products for you, so that's the recommended setting. Product matching field is 99% of the time item name. There are some other options available. However, I recommend you use the QuickBooks item name and product SKU. Sync bundle sub-items to QuickBooks is rarely used. I don't recommend checking off that setting. Under sales tax, you can match your codes. Most users add the tax as a line item and use a third-party service like Avalara to manage the tax. Under manual mapping, you can use a QuickBooks tax codes. Those appear on the bottom right of the QuickBooks sale. So let's say if it's a Massachusetts order, you want the MA tax code. Online users have QuickBooks AST, so you don't really need to worry about any of this. But if you use a QuickBooks desktop and you use codes, you can map them here. You can map codes by county. So we have a lot of users in Florida that'll map one tax code per county. The next section is our inventory area. you'll choose the first box to enable the two-way sync of inventory. The from and to area are the dates of the sync. We pull the recently modified inventory items from QuickBooks and sync to your selling channel. If you want everything modified in QuickBooks from December 6th to December 7th, you would do December 6th in the from field and December 7th in the to field. The sync quantity available is a QuickBooks desktop field. It's the quantity that you have available minus what's on sales order. For assemblies, you can add the quantity that can build. This means if you have enough raw materials to build an assembly item, but it's not assembled, we'll add it. So instead of having, let's say, 2 items in stock, you have enough raw materials to build 4 more, you now have 6 is what we would send. Connex can send stock updates or stock and pricing updates, and you can choose it under the Updates to Send box. Under Warehouse Filter Settings, you can sync inventory items by warehouse. So if you had 4 in New York and 5 in Boston, you just wanted to send the 4 from New York to your selling channel, you could do that. If you have Shopify and you have multiple warehouses and you want to sync them to the warehouses in QuickBooks, this is the settings area that you would use. Under more advanced inventory, you can build item assemblies if the stock is unavailable. Many companies do not assemble their items unless they've been ordered. So this will do the work of creating a build assembly for you and then syncing the sale. You can mark the build assembly as pending. It's a checkbox on the build assembly if there's not enough raw materials to build. Under Chart of Accounts, these are the accounts used to make shipping methods, discounts in QuickBooks. We don't make products by default, but if you chose the Create New Products option, you need an Asset and COGS account, which are listed here. If you do invoices and payments, you need an AR account, and the order deposit account is usually undeposited funds, but you can choose any type of asset account. Under Refund Settings, you can choose whether to sync credit memos or refund receipts to QuickBooks, and the refund receipts are used for QB Online users. You can void unpaid invoices. You can create credit card refunds for QuickBooks desktop users that will put the refund into undeposited funds. If you want to create a check from a refund, you could do that in this section. And the check deposit account and refund AR account are used just for the checks. The always add SKUs from refund to QuickBooks, even if never restocked. With Shopify, you can create a refund, and in Shopify, it will say, do you want to restock the item? If you choose never to restock the item, it'll come into QuickBooks as a no SKU, but some users want to override that, and so they check that particular box. And that will end my demonstration for today. For more information, visit our Help Center or contact us via a support ticket. Thank you.